toward financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling.
Well, thank you for joining Don Getling and Gino Fronti every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., where we share with you what you need to know, want to know, and should know about real estate and so much more. Now, for over half a decade, we've been able to guide you to personal financial wellness, and I got my sidekick here for over 5 years now, just on the radio show, but many more years, my good friend, Mr. Gino Fronti in the house.
Hey, thanks, buddy. How's it going? It's good to be back.
Yes, we love our Saturdays.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back on the air. I took a little hiatus while I went on vacation.
Little? 3 weeks?
Well, yeah, okay. So it was a serious hiatus, but it was the first time in 9 years that we had gone back to Argentina, so that was good.
That's the first time they let you back.
Yeah, and now you don't want to let me back.
Yeah, you can stay. No,
yeah.
It's good to have you back and good to have you on the show. And our goal every week is to just share with you great information. And timely information is really key. So we'd love you to join us in our custom-built studio right here at Skyline Home Loans on Turney Road. That's right, your local direct lenders. Believe it or not, Skyline's been around since 1985. We're not the new kids in the block. Our team alone has like 60-plus years experience just on the Don and Gino team. Everybody in the Skyline branch has, 10 to 15 years minimum experience. We have all guns here.
And I don't know if you've even thought about this, Don, but it's actually been more than 10 years in the Santa Clarita area as well.
Yes.
It's one of those things where time just flies.
No doubt. And so go, if you want to find out more about Skyline Home Loans, go to SantaClaritaHomeLoan.com. SantaClaritaHomeLoan.com, where you can help you with your first purchase, your next purchase, your refinance, get some cash out, consolidate your debt, all kinds of good stuff we're doing for our clients.
Yeah, and I've got a strategy I've been using for refinances. I mean, if you're calling someone about refinancing right now, and the only thing you're talking about is saving money on your payment, you're not looking at all your options.
Oh, my gosh.
You're definitely not looking at the best option. That's for sure.
That's right. And they're like, hey, what about all this debt?
Yeah. Well, not only that, but I mean, I've got another one I just put together. There's ways to put hundreds of thousands of dollars in your retirement or pay off your kid's school or a million other things. And, most of the time what I'm seeing is, well, I could save $100 a month. I'm like, $100 a month? You throw that away on so many other things. There's so much better to do, other strategies
Well,
to
if
put
we
in place.
consolidate your debt, we save you hundreds of dollars, then we basically restructure that where you put it back towards your mortgage. You're going to pay off your home 7 to 10 years faster and save tens of thousands of dollars.
That's the ticket. You got to find a way to pay off your home faster. Coming from Argentina from this trip, it was interesting to see. Yeah, granted, prices are less, but everybody has their homes paid off. Nobody has mortgages in Argentina. There really isn't a lot of financing. So the best you could get is let's say 50% financing, maybe 30, 40% annual interest rate. How's that sound, guys? 40% loans. You guys want some of those?
I hope they're $50,000 homes.
They're about $150,000 to $200,000. So what was interesting to me is I'm talking to my cousin. And he's like, well, I'm sorry I haven't come to see you. He's like, but I'm really working hard at paying off this loan I have on my home. I was like, well, I totally understand. I go, how long's your loan? He's like, I'm trying to get it paid off in 2 years. And I'm like, $100,000 and some in 2 years? How do you do that? He's like, I don't go anywhere. I don't spend anything.
Wow.
He's like, I'm just getting it done. I'm like, wow. Okay, so lesson to be learned for us here.
Yeah, no doubt. That's a lot of wine not being bought.
I probably disrupted his plan a little bit because I made him go buy a bunch of stuff when I came over.
No doubt. Well, please join us right here at the Vault Media Studio. The only way you can get in here is to go to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com. Click on the live stream button. We have 3 HD cameras here, and you get to witness our beautiful guest that's backed by popular demand that we love working with. It's always fun, beautiful, and kicks butt at her job as one of the best real estate agents in Santa Clarita. In the house, Miss Nicole Stinson.
How often are you saying that?
I thought that was
awesome.
I thought that was pretty good, actually.
That was awesome.
I don't know if it's because I've been gone for a few weeks.
Can we record that?
Yeah, you're just gonna play that to yourself
recorded
every morning.
Can I just have that as the start of my commercial?
Actually, Furman, can you cut that out for her? He'll cut it out for you.
Yeah, that was really good.
Endorsed by a superstar.
Well, it's not our first rodeo, but you do a great job. We love work. We get to work with you more and more and more over the years. We've become friends, and now we get to work with great as a team because you got to admit, us being able to work together for our clients, for their combined, their mutual interest is a great thing. And it makes a big difference in how we handle the transaction and that we really care, and you always do.
Well, the confidence once it gets to you guys is just to know it's being taken care of and not have to follow up on it. And we know it's going to close, and we know it's going to close quickly. You guys have done some great, amazing things.
Does this matter these days?
Yes.
I was going to
It
say,
matters.
and Nicole has a knack for finding weird stuff with lenders because she calls me and she's like, "Is this normal?" I'm like, "No, that's really weird."
I have a lot of weird things happening.
Yeah,
But
I'm
that's
like-
good. It's good
So,
educational.
so if you feel you're challenged,
Call Nicole.
call Nicole.
It was really funny. I was like,
But you care so much. You're going to always, you'll listen and you'll go, let me see how I can help.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
do.
no, it was good. But she calls me and asks me this question. I go, it sounds like an unlicensed person is dealing with the borrower. And sure enough, that's what it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
But it's always great to be able to call you guys for information, and whether you're getting it or not, that's the nice thing about you guys. You always are there to help.
Well, that's what I like about our relationship. It's not about the transaction. It's about helping our clients out. And that's why we started the radio show. Have you got a check yet from this?
Nope.
I'm still waiting for those checks that come rolling in from handling the show. But we love giving information out. We believe if we can educate more people, that'll give us the ability to help more people. Because it's all about getting good advice.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about advice because I
Yeah.
think that's kind of one of the problems we have in our market today is that there's no shortage of advice, right? You've got Google in your fingertips, and that means you've got Zillow and Redfin, and
That's a bad word.
all of them are bad words. That's my point, is all of those are bad words because it's a lottery. Who you end up talking to is a lottery, right? And I'm not going to say, look, not everybody at Redfin is good or bad. Not everybody at Zillow is good or bad. In fact, we've got a profile on Zillow. Who doesn't have a profile on Zillow? But you read reviews, you can educate yourself, but then you don't even know if they're a good fit for you. So what I thought was great about what you've been doing recently is meeting people in person. Talk about going back to
Consultations.
basics.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, what we found is how can you really have a successful transaction if you don't know what the client expects and they don't know what we expect? So expectations, I think, are number one when it comes to
Oh
a
my
transaction.
gosh. You are not kidding right now.
No, I'm not. My
We
truth.
just-
Wait, pound my truth.
Yeah, no, that is a valid statement. It's funny. We just had, Steve Korn, of course. He was just pressing that at CMA in front of 90 agents going, you guys got to really work harder at setting expectations correctly because it's only doing your clients harm and not setting those expectations. So good for you that
And
you
ourselves, because
it's
we
a
can't
nightmare.
we can't win, and we can't if we're not communicating what we need. How can we expect the client to know what we need?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
one of the things too is that this is a business that changes, every week or every 2 weeks
True.
or constantly. It's in constant motion, and then some things like when it comes to expectations, why are they stagnant? I think we had this conversation before, where you're either 30-day escrow or 45-day escrow. Why? There's plenty of great days in between, 38, 41, 37. I mean, depending on the needs of the buyers and sellers, we should tune them and make them custom fit.
Everything should be custom.
Yeah.
Well, and then you take away the stress levels. That's really what our jobs are, is to take away the stress levels by properly setting expectations, properly being proactive, and being honest. And you set those up and asking the right questions. That's why we love the fact that we were talking before the show today is that you do the consultations to find out what's really important. Because I know we ask a ton of questions. Sometimes the borrowers are like, geez, whatever. But we need to know these things because the lowest rate is not always the best option.
Correct.
And we'll go into that next segment because I don't want to close out with that. But we've got some specific examples of how the loan was structured, save the clients a lot better than just the lowest rate.
Right.
Because
You got to look at the whole picture.
you got to look at the whole picture. So I'm sure you setting the consultation. I mean, you spend a lot of time with them now. You're really pressing. Let's talk. Let's
We
find out.
do.
what's
We
in-
show them everything. I mean, we actually have a TV screen that we go through the MLS with their criteria on the screen so that they can see, if they're looking for a particular specific property, when we pull up 10, they're understanding that there's really only 10 with the things that they want. And then we show them other things in case you do want a corner lot now. So we're kind of working with trying to really niche down what they want. So that when they're getting 9 listings or 10 listings, they're not thinking that we're not getting them all the listings. So it just kind of sets it up so they understand what we do, what we're looking at.
That's good that you guys educate them because that helps them. If they just get bombarded with information, we'll go over that the next segment. You got to stay tuned because it's really about all the information that a lot of you receive through social media and multimedia and everything else. It's.
I think we could leave it with this. Not all data is good data.
Ooh, that's good stuff.
That's really good.
All right.
Can I use that?
Yeah.
Okay, so stay tuned. We have to go to break, unfortunately, but when we come back, we have such great information from Nicole Stinson with the Estate Realty Group, one of the top real estate professionals. We're going to let you know what's happening in the market today and how you can be successful when we come back to the Don Gino Real Estate and Finance Show.